Ladies and gentlemen, there's probably very little I could say about Lynn Swann that you probably don't know already. He is, in many folks' eyes, the archetypical American success story, born in poverty, advanced himself through athletics, an extraordinary athlete, an extraordinary Pennsylvanian. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a great American, Lynn Swann.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here in Seneca County. Thank you for having us, and to all the elected officials, thank you for being here this evening. I feel like I should have my jersey on because I sense a little bit of competition in the air. I'm sorry, Mr. Panyard, if you don't know where I stand. I would suggest you go to LynnSwannForGovernor.com, and it's all there. It's been there. I think you should know where I stand. And I've not been trying to hide it. I've been out front from day one in terms of where I am. I am pro-life. I am pro-gun. I'm conservative. I am for small government. I'm from lowering taxes. And I've already proposed some of the most aggressive tax cuts for Pennsylvania moving forward. That's who I am, and that's who I've always been. I've already proposed back in November a cap on government spending to reduce how we spend our money in Harrisburg so that we could go forward. This is my intent. Pennsylvania is a great state. I was drafted by the Steelers in 1974, but I'm standing here before you because I feel like today I've been drafted by Pennsylvania to change how we operate and run government in Harrisburg, and I intend to do that. I'm a competitor. I intend on winning. I believe that we need new dynamic leadership in Harrisburg to move us forward because the old leadership hasn't gotten it done. Ed Rendell has made us promises that he has not kept. He hasn't fulfilled the first promise he made in terms of property tax relief. He said he was going to have a special session. This is his fourth year, and nothing's being done. I'm not running for governor of Pennsylvania because I think it's a game or I think it's a cute idea. I had a career in broadcasting. I thought I was doing pretty good. People knew who I was. Life was wonderful. I don't look at this as being a game or something that's fashionable for the moment. In my travels over the last year in Pennsylvania, it is Pennsylvanians who have told me that they have wanted for a long time change. They are tired of business as usual because people in Harrisburg are not listening. When I set out to go across the Commonwealth, I said I wanted to listen to Pennsylvanians and find out what it was that Pennsylvanians wanted, not anyone else but Pennsylvanians. And they told me they wanted change. They wanted smaller government. They wanted less taxes. They want more money in their own pockets. And so we have suggested and made those plans to move Pennsylvania forward. And that's what I intend on doing. So that's where I stand. That's where I want to go. Now, does anybody want to follow me? Well, I think so. Just to give you an idea in terms of whether or not Pennsylvania is accepting of Lynn Swann being governor of Pennsylvania, we announced officially on January 4th that I was a candidate to run for governor. We had over 800 stories that came out around the state of Pennsylvania and around the country. We had 20,000 unique hits to our website. It was one of the top 10 searched websites in the country over a 2-day period of time. When I traveled around the country, there were 600 people in Pennsylvania for the kickoff. We went to Philadelphia. We expected there would be about 40 people at a mission in North Philly. There were 250 people who turned out at that mission to hear what we had to say and to support Lynn Swann in this candidacy. I believe in looking at real examples of leadership and real examples of whether or not people will follow, not fictitious signs, not false signs, not somebody patting you on the back saying, we want you to go for it again, we want you to make this happen, but whether the real people of Pennsylvania are looking for this kind of leadership. And I believe they are, and they've told me that they want to do that. We raised over $1.6 million as a non-declared candidate headed towards the end of the year and had $1 million on hand. That $1 million on hand came for over 5,100 people who contributed to the campaign. In Seneca County, you will get out and you'll knock on doors, you'll call people, you'll make those phone calls, you'll encourage people to get out and vote. You understand what a grassroots effort is. 5,100 people who are writing checks for $2 and $5 and $10 is a grassroots effort. We do need to expand this party. We do need this party to grow, and I can help Pennsylvania grow the Republican Party the way it wants to grow, in the direction it wants to go in. Family values, pro-life, conservative, small government, and doing what is right for the right reason for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We need government leadership that will do things for the right reasons and the right reasons only. And I intend to be that leader. Now, I came to you tonight to ask for your support. I believe I've already had an outstanding amount of support. As you may know, the Central Caucus came together on the 7th and gave me their resounding backing in the 77-32 vote in the Central Caucus. Last week, the Northwestern Caucus came together. There were 29 votes there. They supported my candidacy, 22 votes to 7. Folks, I want to do this the right way. I want the Republican Party to be strong, and we need to field a candidate who can win. If you can't win, you can't govern, no matter what your position. I think you've heard from all three of us tonight. All three of us have similar ideas in terms of the kind of government we want, but only one of us can win, and I can believe I can be that candidate. Now, as to address the question about a debate, in the history of this Republican Party in Pennsylvania, a debate has never occurred before the endorsement process. It has always occurred after the endorsement process, and I'd be certainly willing to debate everyone after the endorsement process. Feel very comfortable with that. You know, my concern might be to ask the question, why is everybody in such a hurry? Well, I don't know, maybe pick up the New York Times or, excuse me, the Wall Street Journal, and you'll find a poll there this afternoon that says in the head-to-head competition, Ed Rendell and I are tied after 2 weeks of being an official candidate. Tied in that poll. Another poll came out today also that had me 2 points in front of Ed Rendell. Okay? My campaign will highlight what Lynn Swann can do and should do for the state of Pennsylvania. It is a game plan, and I use that intentionally, a game plan to move us forward and to focus on what I can do and what we can do together as a team. That's how I operate. That's how I'll move forward. And I intend on winning. And Congressman Peterson, I've known you for a long time, and I agree with you. I agree with you when you talked about Casey, when you talked about that family name. Politics in Pennsylvania is not an inherited position, and we move forward strongly. Thank you, and God bless.
Well, thank you, Lynn, and thank you to all three of the gubernatorial candidates who have come out to share their time and their thoughts with us here at the 2006 Center County Lincoln Day Dinner.